Well, hi! Welcome back to my channel. I had the thought this morning on February 2nd, like, what if I were to just take all my followers
do like an entire month-long reading vlog, and we just film like all the books I'm reading in a month and show you guys all the fun things we do with books
and the library and book shopping and all that stuff. So I decided to sit down and film that video right now. I literally have no idea what we're going to be doing throughout this entire month, like literally no plans. But I decided I'd go ahead and show you guys what I'm reading right now, and we'll kind of just take it as we go. I have an entire month of books to show you guys, of reading, of all that stuff. We are on page 328 of Magnolia Parks, the very first book in the series. And you guys, this book, it sucks. I'm reading it on the Kindle. It literally is so terrible. People on Goodreads either love it or they absolutely hate it. And it's terrible. It repeats the same storyline every like 3 chapters about a boy and a girl who are in love, but they can't be with each other because they hurt each other and they cheat on each other and all that stuff. And then they come back together at the end of the day, and it's like, it's literally so frustrating. However, I have a 105 book reading goal for this year, and I'm 78% of the way through this book. If I just like stop reading this, then I have said like that's like a book that I could have read to count towards. So anyways, I have to finish reading it because I want it to count towards my goal, because I'm too far invested at this point. I'm also reading another book right now. It's called Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This one is completely different. This is also on my Kindle. Completely different category. We have Magnolia Parks, which is like toxic romance, and then we have Golden Sun, which is sci-fi. But I read the first book in the Golden Sun series. It's called Red Rising series, and it's sci-fi, different worlds. I don't really know how to quite explain it because it's just very, very different, but it's so good. I think I have the loan for another week, so I'm hoping that I can get through this because I'm literally only on page 9. That's actually not looking too good, but I think we'll be able to finish it within the next couple of days. I read pretty fast, and this book is pretty big. It's about 500 pages, but I think we should be okay. We'll go ahead and finish reading Magnolia Parks because I just want to get it over with because it literally sucks so much. But then it can count as another book in my book goal. So we'll go ahead and start reading this. Okay, so I just spent the afternoon working on my book journal for January. So we have all of my fun little spreads for all of my books that I read this month. And then I also did my February title page, which I think looks so stinking cute. I'm so excited to start filling things out. We have our February TBR on here, and I'm actually getting really close to finishing Magnolia Parks. We are 88% of the way through. Try to read as much as I can right now and just knock it out. I'm hoping we can finish, so we'll see. Okay, you guys, it's been a few days. I just got some mail, which I'm super excited about. I got a bunch of stickers and a new case for my Kindle and like a little pop socket, because I've been seeing like this trend where everyone's been decorating their Kindle super cute, and so I just got like super cute, these are like super girly stickers, and then these ones are definitely like more bookish themed. Anyway, I'm really excited about this. I have a new case for it, which is ironic because I just found a case like 10 minutes ago on Amazon that I actually like, because it is one that, this is my old one, but it's one that like has a flap up front, so it can like automatically turn it into sleep mode. And then one I ordered is just a clear back. There's no front to it, but I just found one on Amazon that has a cute front, but then the back is clear. So I'll probably be ordering a new one regardless of this, but I thought this was super cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and decorate my Kindle. I think I'm gonna make a little like reel out of it, or a TikTok out of it. So I'll put that up here if that's what we end up doing, but it's so cute. I'm so excited about it. Okay, I just finished working on my Kindle and getting all of the stickers in. I think it actually looks so cute. I got a bunch of packs of stickers from Amazon, and then also got this cute little pop socket, and I wasn't really sure what theme I was going to go for. I knew that I wanted to kind of keep it like pink or Valentine's themed because of the pop socket that I had gotten, because this is kind of you know, it's like stuck on here. Like I can change out the stickers, can't really change this out as much, but I think it turned out so cute. I love all the pink. We got book lovers, we have hot girls read books, and then like a fun little cowgirl hat and everything. So I think it turned out really cute. I will say though, whenever I pull this out, I have to be careful because if I'm kind of just yanking on this, like it does pull the case off, and these stickers have been kind of sliding down a little bit, which is a little annoying, but overall I think it looks so stinking cute. Like, are you kidding? Come on, it's so cute. Hello. I found out just a couple minutes ago that I have a library book that I've had on hold, and now it's ready for me to go pick up. So we're gonna do a really fast trip to the library. I don't think I'm gonna spend very much time there, but I might do a little browsing real quick. But I figured I'd take you guys along with me. Wow, I'm out of breath. Anyway, I figured I'd take you guys with me to the library. We'll do a quick little library trip. I think maybe in a couple of days, or when I get back from my vacation, because I'm leaving on vacation in a couple of days, then I will do another really big library haul. We can go and hang out there, but just wanted to take you guys along with me. So let's head over there right now.
I was never the one to write up a song for just...
Okay, I don't think I actually showed you guys the book that I picked up from the library today, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. This is The Mystery Guest, which is by Nita Prose. This is a sequel to her book The Maid, which I think that might be her debut novel. The Maid is so good. I don't really know what this is about. I know it follows the same character. The same character is a woman who's a maid. Her name is Molly, and it's kind of implied that she probably is neurodivergent in some way, potentially OCD or autism or something, but they never like come quite out and say it. She does talk about how she does have problems in social situations. But she's a maid at a hotel in the first book, and there's a murder, and they all think it's her, and they blame her, and so she has to go and figure out how to clear her name. And I think something similar happens in this book where there is a murder. I don't think she's blamed for it, but there is a murder. The murder happens on the very first page, so I'm not spoiling it at all, but there's a death that happens in the hotel. And that's all we've gotten through so far. We're literally like 3 pages in, but I don't want to get too far in this because I want to really finish reading Golden Sun, which I've been reading on my Kindle. I'm 135 pages in, so I'm not too far in because there's like 448, but we are 32% in. It's finally starting to get like really good, where it's like really picking up. And that's what I have a problem with Pierce Brown's books, is that they are, I feel like, just super, it takes a long time to like get into them, but then once you get into all the action, it's like amazing and so good. So we are finally getting to the point where it's like starting to get really good. So I feel like I can probably finish this within the next 2 days or so, and then we can get reading on this one. So we'll see, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a lot of reading tonight. It's about 9:45 right now, so I have a little bit of time before I want to go to bed, so we will go ahead and just start reading this.
So well, I will always be by your side. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take them all.
Hello from Texas. I am here visiting my family because we are actually saying goodbye to my little brother who is leaving our family for 2 years. He's going to Guatemala. I have a whole video on that already up on my channel, so you guys can watch it. I'll link it down below, but if you are curious about that, that is why I'm here, to go say goodbye to him. And I've been doing a lot of reading. So on the plane, I finally finished Golden Sun, and I don't even think I really talked to you guys about what Golden Sun's about. So let me try to explain it without giving any spoilers. Golden Sun is in the second book in a series called the Red Rising series, and this series is a sci-fi series. So it's based on people who left Earth like hundreds of thousands of years ago, and they went to go live on the planets out in space. So they live on Mars and Jupiter and Venus and all that stuff. Is Venus even a planet? Anyway, and they are all segregated kind of based off of like their rank and these colors that they are. So there's like golds are the highest, and they are considered to be gods, and they are taught that they are gods, and they are like the leaders of the country. And then they have like all these different lower levels, and the lowest level is a red, who just is like a miner. Like they just work in the mines and they help produce the helium or whatever it is that they need. And he gets the lowest red gets recruited to become a gold, so they completely transform him. They make him into a gold. This all happens in the first book. They turn him into a gold, and he is now going in to the Gold Institute to try to figure out if he can like infiltrate the system and fool everyone. And that's all that happens in the first book. In Golden Sun, he is finally recruited, and he helps start this war where they completely like try to overthrow the government. He just tries to start a civil war so that way the government's just kind of like fall in on themselves. And it's really, really crazy. Tons of things happen. He's got all these friends that help him fight this war without knowing that who his like true identity is the entire time. It's really crazy. It's really, really good. And there's actually, even though it is sci-fi, there's like a lot of really cute little like key phrases that are just so cute in this book. Like it's so heartwarming to like hear about it, to read them. So they have one where he says, "Home isn't where you're from, it's where you find light when all grows dark." Like that's adorable. Like literally, I didn't think that this book was gonna be like super cute and touching, and it's really not. But when you go back and look at the things that I highlighted on here, like it's so cute. He always thinks because I'm reading, I'm not doing anything. There is no greater plague to an introvert than the extroverted. I would not have raised you to be a great man. There is no peace for great men. I would have raised you to be a decent one. Friendship takes minutes to make, moments to break, years to repair. That one was like crazy. That one, when that one was said in the book, I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So anyway, this book is super good. I finished it on the plane, and I'm gonna give this one 4.5 stars. I don't think it's a 5-star book for me because it does take a while for me to get into this book and to actually like it. But once you get into it and you're really into it, for me at least, like I loved it. I know a lot of men who read this who absolutely love these books because they are super action-packed and they are sci-fi. There's nothing too crazy, mushy-gushy, girly in it. So that's why I think I'm gonna rate it 4.75, because it's just really, really, really good. Still super high rating. So would recommend. I have the next couple, there's like 5 I think more books in the series, so I have the next one reserved, but I'm not gonna be getting it for like 6 weeks I think, because it just is a super long wait at the library. So there's that. And I am starting The Mystery Guest by Anita Prose. I did talk about this earlier in this video, but I haven't really read too much. I'm on chapter 2, which is page 13. So we'll go ahead and try to get reading to this as much as I can. Even though I am in Texas, I'm going to try to spend a lot of time with my family before my brother leaves. But then when he leaves, my parents have to go back to work. I have another 2 days here. So I will probably get a ton of, I might even finish this book, because I feel like when I read Anita Prose, like the words just go by so fast, and the story encapsulates me so much. So far, I'm really intrigued. Anyway, we'll go ahead and start reading or continue reading this, and we'll see how far we can get.
You got someone new, I know it. Yeah, but I will keep on denying it. Yeah, yeah. Gotta keep my emotions on.
Hello. We have made it back from Texas, and I did a lot of reading while we were there, you guys know. So let me explain, let's go over everything real quick to catch you up, because I've actually read a couple more books since I last checked in that I want to talk to you guys about. So we did finish The Mystery Guest by Anita Prose. This book, again, absolutely amazeballs. It was so good. I really do like Anita Prose. I've liked both books that she has now published. I do feel like this one was a little bit more repetitive. I think I like the first book a little bit better, but it's still super good. I think I'm gonna rank this 4 stars. I think that's what I put it as on Goodreads. Just a really good, like a feel-good book. Again, you like, I don't really know what's quite wrong with the maid, but you know that there's something, she's probably neurodivergent in some way, which is totally fine. But it's really like cool to see a main character, like to see her perspective on everything, because she is a little bit different from the rest of like typical humanity. And so it was really cool. I really love how she writes, and I love that the same characters were all still there, so you kind of got to know them a little bit better. So great book, absolutely loved it, and I'm excited. I'm hoping she'll write another one. I don't know if she will, but I think she could kind of continue on with this character and this series a little bit, so we'll see what happens. I also got the audiobook version for Like Dandelion Dust. This is a book that I picked up in one of my thrifting videos that I did, and this is by, let's see, Karen Kingsbury, and I had this one, like I knew that I wanted to read it next, and so it came available for audiobooks. I actually listened to this, basically the whole entire plane ride back to Utah here, and I ended up finishing it last night, just the book version of it, and oh my gosh, it is such a good book. This is about a book, it's actually a movie, but this is about a boy who was adopted, and his mother, his birth mother, did not let the birth father know that she had a baby, and she forged his signature on the papers. And when he gets released from prison, because he was in prison, he finds out that she had this baby, and he starts trying to get the baby boy back. And now he's like 5 years old. He's been with his adopted family for years and years and years now at this point, and they don't want him to go. They are going to try to fight for him. So it's kind of this fight in between two families. You get two sides. The father, his birth father, is super abusive and abuses his birth mother, but they're trying so hard to get this baby boy back, and it's just so crazy, so interesting. It like honestly made me fearful. I was like, does this stuff, can this stuff happen? Like I think stuff like this can happen. I will say it's very much a Christian book. Like, it talks about God a lot in it, which is awesome. It talks about prayer and everything, but it can be a little much. Like, it's a lot. Like, they are really preaching their, you know, the goodness of God in this book. So if you aren't into that, then maybe don't read this, but I still think it's good. Like, I don't think it's too much. I know some people, like, the reviews that I was reading, some people really didn't like, because it was like, it's a lot, you know, this family's like coming to God to help save the situation of making their boy go back to his birth family. But I thought it was really, really good regardless. Super, super interesting. And I think I ranked this 4 stars as well. And then we have the stuff that we've been reading on my Kindle. I had 3 books come up this week available for me to like check out from my library on my Kindle that are all over 500 pages. So I'm not quite sure how far we're gonna get in these books in the rest of this video, because we're halfway through the month now at this point, and I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to read like 3 500 pages. Like, that's a lot of book. That's a lot of pages. First book that we've started reading is the Powerless book in the Powerless trilogy. I'm on page 64, so I'm only like 13% of the way through, but this one is by Lauren Roberts. This is the cover. I saw this because I think Sarah Caroli talked about this series. It is a fantasy series that is like, again, in a different world where people have special powers, but this woman was born without a power. She's called an ordinary, and they have been trying to get rid of the ordinaries forever. Like, they're not allowed to be alive anymore. That's pretty much as far as I've gotten, is that she has now met the prince who has saved her, and she tricked him into thinking that she was a psychic, which is why he could not feel her power. So we'll see how it goes. I do like it so far. I think I could probably read this one pretty quickly. And then I also got Morning Star. So as soon as I finished reading Golden Sun a couple weeks ago, you guys know that I finished that, I immediately put myself on the list for Morning Star, because that's the next book in the trilogy. And I only read the first 4 pages, so literally 2% in. This one also is 525 pages, but it's the 3rd book in the Red Rising series. So that's what we have going on today. I'm going to try to read a bunch of the Powerless book today. I really, really, really like the first 60 pages or so that I've read, so I think we'll get reading on that one. And if we get lucky, we'll get pretty far in today. And then today's Friday, so we have all weekend to really get a lot of good reading done. So I'm really excited so far. But everything else that I've read, like, this has been a good month for me, I think, so far. I've had really good, like, highly rated books.
Need someone to hold my horses. Yeah, 'cause I go fast, yeah, I go hard. Wanna find some peace, so I pray to God to find a way to fix it all. I'm in denial, I'm undercover. My heart is breaking, so I'm faking every smile. I'm in denial.
Okay, we have made it back from the gym. I have showered, I have shaved, I have my bowl of noodles, and I only have like less than 100 pages left of Powerless. I'm 89% of the way through, and I have a free Saturday night. So we're gonna sit here and cozy up in my gigantic blanket hoodie and eat my bowl of noodles and finish reading Powerless. This book is literally so amazing. I cannot wait to see how this ends and talk to you guys about it, because I'm obsessed, literally obsessed.
Need someone to hold my horses. 'Cause I go fast, yeah, I go hard. Wanna find some peace, so I pray to God to find a way to fix it all. I'm in denial, I'm undercover. My heart is breaking, so I'm faking every smile. I'm in denial.
I don't even know what to think right now. I just finished Powerless. First off, holy crap. This book, I think, is so good. I am trying to decide what I'm gonna rate it. If I'm gonna rate it a 5-star or not. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to. And this is what, in my head, like, basically, it's like another version of the Hunger Games, okay? Like, it is, people are like sent to go to these purging trials, and they, you know, it's not like necessarily like the last one alive wins, but they are sent in there to kill people, and they get voted on by the public, and people can send them like gifts and things like that to help save them while they are in the trials. So it's very, very similar to the Hunger Games. So good, so amazing. I actually, as soon as I finished it, I immediately went to go like order or like, you know, reserve the next book. And I did not realize until literally like now that this book actually came out like less than a year ago, like it came out in 2023. The second book in the series comes out in like 4 months, which I'm actually so mad about. So I have to wait a while to get it. I did not know that this series was like it was just brand new. So I think it's gonna be 3 books is what it says. It says the Powerless trilogy. So it'll be 3 books. Super, super, super excited to continue to read this, but holy crap, like I am so mad that I have to wait that long. Like it's not even that big of a deal, honestly, but I think I'm gonna rate it 4.75 stars. When I was thinking about it, like again, it's like the whole Hunger Games thing, but I also feel like Iron Flame and Fourth Wing, like I read those books, I think I like those ones almost better. I just love that how the world was created. I think it's a very unique concept to me in terms of fantasy as well, whereas this one I kept just thinking about the Hunger Games. So I was like, okay, this is literally just the Hunger Games in a different world. This is such a cute romantasy book though, because there's so many cute like little romantic moments, little things that he says, which definitely aren't super realistic. Like I don't think men really think this way, but it was just so cute to see the things that he would say to her. Remind me to make you smile like that again when you aren't dying, and I have all the time in the world to memorize it. Literally so cute. Oh my gosh. Anyway, BRB crying. Love the book. I cannot wait to read the next ones. I'm kind of mad, honestly, that I have to wait so long now for the next one, but that's okay. I'm trying to decide what book to read next. I have Morning Star here by Pierce Brown. This is the 3rd book in the Red Rising Golden Sun series. So I did read Golden Sun earlier in this video. Yeah, like this also is 500 pages. So that's gonna suck. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this one, and if we need a break in the middle of it, we'll take a break. We're gonna start on Morning Star, the Red Rising series book number 3. Let's go. Okay, hi. It has been a few days since I last checked in, and I wanted to go ahead and quickly pull some books from my TBR cart to put on my list. I have like a little list that I just keep taped above where I usually keep my cart, and it says what to read next. That way when I finally have time where I'm not like reading a book that, you know, like a video, or I don't have something on hold at the library and I need to start hitting up my books that I currently own, I know exactly which ones I want to read, since that way it just can be hard for me to make decisions. So this is what I'm going to do. So I have my books from last couple of weeks on here. So we have A Court of Frost and Starlight, A Still Life, and then we have Like Dandelion Dust. So these 3 I've already read. So we're going to pick 3 or 4 more that I want to read and I read it in this order typically. So I have quite a few on here. Most of these are from my thrifting videos, so you guys have likely seen them. What do we have? The first one that really sticks out to me is this first book that's just right here, and it's called The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane. This is by Lisa C, and it has just been like really, really hyped up for me. It's about a girl who is raised in a pretty remote village that doesn't really have any access to like the modern day world. They farm tea, that's like what they do. And all of a sudden one day, a stranger from the outside world comes into their village and introduces her to all these like modern day things. So she actually ends up leaving. She has a child out of wedlock. She goes and gets educated. She starts living in like the city of California, and then she's kind of starts to begin to wonder like what happened to her old life, what happened to her daughter that she gave up for adoption, and just sees how like this like culture is just so different. Like a couple of the books that I've read recently, The Dust of Dandelion Dust was one about adoption. So this one I want to put on my list. I think that one would be a really good one. Another one that I kind of want to reread again is The Hunger Games. I don't know if I want to put this one on my list until I get all 3 of the books here. I think it'd be fun to kind of do a series where I reread popular series years later to get like my opinion on it. So I don't think I'll keep that one. I don't think I'll put that one on the list, but it is a good option. Another book that I'm really excited to read is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I really, really, really love thrillers, which I think is kind of ironic since I'm also a big romance girly, but Lisa Jewell is one of my favorite thriller writers of all time, authors. She's just so good. So good. Oh, this one was like a Barnes & Noble book club pick. It's a book of the month club pick. It's an Indie Next pick, a Library Reads Hall of Fame pick, a Good Morning America pick. So the summary on the back says, soon after her birthday, Libby Jones returns home from work to find a letter she has been waiting for 25 years. She rips it open with one diving thought: I am finally going to know who I am. She learns not only the identity of her birth parents, but also that she is the sole inheritor of their abandoned mansion on the banks of the Thames. Everything in Libby's life is about to change, but what she can't possibly know is that others have been waiting for this day as well, and she's on a collision course to meet them. In The Family Upstairs, the master of bone-chilling suspense brings us the can't-look-away story of 3 entangled families living in a house with the darkest of secrets. Again, with the adoption thing, like this girl was adopted, it sounds like, she has birth parents. So very, very interesting. I think I'm going to put this on my list as well. I just really love Lisa Jewell, everything she writes. I just read None of This Is True by her a couple of weeks ago, and that was absolutely amazing. So I think I'm gonna add this one on because I just love Lisa Jewell as well. Okay, this one I got for $1.50 at the DI. So obviously this was a book that I have thrifted before, but this is Call Me By Your Name by Andre Ackerman. I don't know how you exactly say it. What I think first drew me to this is that it's actually a movie that Timothée Chalamet was in when he was a lot younger, and I think this is what he his first Oscar or maybe first Golden Globe nomination was from this movie, the adaptation from this book. My friend actually just finished reading this. Nathan just actually finished reading this book and posted about it on Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to know what you thought about it. And he said that he was crying. It was so good. So excited to read it, and I think I'll add this one to the list. Should I do one more? Maybe I should do, well, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stick with these 3 books right here just because I have a lot of videos coming up where I'm going to be reading a lot of really long, big books, and so I don't really want to add too much on my plate right now. Let me write these down real quick. So we have The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane, we have The Family Upstairs, and then we have Call Me By Your Name. As far as my reading for Morning Star, let me show you guys. I haven't vlogged too much over the weekend because I have been doing quite a bit of reading for Morning Star. I'm on chapter 12, which is only 16% of the way through. I'm only 87 pages in, but already this book it's so much better than the other 2. Well, maybe it's not, but I feel like it took off way faster in this book than it did in the first 2. I immediately, from like the very first chapter, was hooked on this book, and I just love it so far. So I've heard a lot of people say that this 3rd book is their favorite book. So depending on how this book ends and what the next 3 or 4 books are that he has in the series, I don't know if I'll continue reading because they are just huge books, but I am really glad that I found it and that I have been reading the series. It's so good. So we'll spend hopefully just the next 2 or 3 days reading this. I want to try to get it done pretty quickly because I do have another Sarah J. Maas, A Court of Thorns and Roses, another ACOTAR book that I think it's the one that comes after this novella, so it's the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one is on hold at the library as well, so I have a few days to finish this one before I have to hit that one. So we'll see if we can finish this one in this video. Today is February 20th, so we only have 9 days left, and we have 500 pages to read, so we'll see how this goes. Well, hello. I am officially less than 200 pages left in in the Morning Star book. We have about 200 pages left to read. I'm over at my friend Kenny's house doing a little work from home party today. I do have my computer. I feel like legally I need to show this. I have my computer. I am working, but I have a really like low period right now. Nothing's really been happening. So I have my email up just in case, but I'm gonna spend the next maybe hour trying to read as much as I can in this because we're getting really close to it being done. We're getting really close to a really big part happening in the book. So we'll go ahead and work on that and also be working just in case, but figured I'd do a little check-in and show you guys what we're up to today. Man alive. Hi, it's been a while since I feel like I've actually checked in because I actually have been vlogging, but I went today to go like edit all of the footage on my computer from my camera and all of the audio is gone. Somehow I filmed basically my entire weekend in slow motion, which kind of hardcore sucks, but we are here, we're back. So I'm gonna quickly do a quick rundown of everything. I did finish Morning Star on the Kindle and no words, literally no words. It is the end of the trilogy. Morning Star is the last book in the Red Rising series. However, Pierce Brown went on and has now written more books that happen like 10 years after this original trilogy is done. So they're still part of like the series, but they're just kind of books that are after the fact, if that makes sense. When I read the epilogue, like the twist, because there's like two twists, okay? Like one twist kind of happens within the last like 200, maybe last 100 pages. Like I kind of guessed that one. Like I kind of knew that they were not going to get out of there unless this twist happened. And I didn't think that the author was going to let everybody in there die. Like I really didn't think that was going to happen. So I guessed that twist pretty much correctly. I guessed the wrong person who would be flipping, but anyway, it was so good. And then the epilogue came and there was a twist in there by Mustang. If you guys know the book, you guys know Mustang's one of the main characters. I screamed. I literally screamed out loud in my living room, which is kind of ridiculous, but such a good book. Totally recommend reading the Red Rising series. Definitely think that Morning Star was my favorite book out of the first three series. I do have the next couple ones, like I have placed them on hold at the library. I said this before, they are really, really, really big books. And so I kind of wanted to get a little bit of a palate cleanser to kind of read in between that. And so when I went to the library, I picked up a couple books. Again, I filmed this before, but then all the audio got lost. So I got the book Wooing Katie McCaffrey by Bethany Turner. This is like a cute little romance novel that is about a girl who, as you guys can see, I'm a little over halfway through this book, but it's about a girl who, her and her boyfriend have been dating for 4 years. She feels like she's been dropping hints for the last 4 years about getting married, and he just was not picking up on them. And so she finally was like, you know what, like you don't want the same things I do. Obviously, I want to get married. You haven't been doing anything about it, so I'm leaving. And he is now trying to figure out why she broke up with him, because he does love her and he does want to marry her, but mainly it's just a big fat miscommunication trope, which I really, really, really hate miscommunication tropes. But I feel like this book it's not that bad. Like it's not shoved in your face, if that makes sense. Like definitely they have their issues because of miscommunication, but really like they're both working on it. So I think that that's super awesome. So we'll see if they end up getting back together. I'm sure that they do. I only have probably, do I even have 100 pages left? Actually, I do. I have about 120 pages left of this book. So super cute so far. I've been able to just plow through it, I think, because it's just a cute little palette cleanser, cute little romance novel. So there's that. Pretty sure that this is going to be the last book that we read. So we'll try to get the rest of this finished today, and then we'll see what we think of it. Okay, well this one was just cute. I'm gonna rate this 3 stars. The reason it's not like a 4-star book for me is because first off, it's just not a 4 or 5-star book. Like in general, like the storyline is really cute, but it is like your typical, you know, just cute little romance novel that's nothing crazy. But also, this is written by a Christian author, which is great. There's nothing like really too inappropriate in there. There's no swearing or anything, but it does reference this couple who get intimate outside of wedlock, and for them, like that is a really big piece of contention kind of in their relationship, is that happened one time, and there is just there's just so much shame and like regret around it, and like the author they really shame the girl for doing this. Like they don't really shame the guy at all, but they shame the woman, the girl in the relationship so hardcore because of them making a mistake. And I don't think that the shame piece needs to be in there quite as much, especially if you're like trying to preach forgiveness and like goodness of God. Like you do not need to be sitting there going like, oh, like what you did was so insanely horrible and bad, and like there's just so much shame. I don't know, I just don't think it's really giving the right message in my opinion. So that's kind of why I'm also rating it 3 stars. I do think it was good overall. It's a clean book. There's nothing like explicit in there. It does talk about them having, again, an intimate moment, so there's that, but it's nothing just, you know, it's pretty PG. Anyway, so that is the last book that we're going to be reviewing today in today's video. Thank you guys so much for following along. It's been an entire month of reading books and all these fun little bookish things. So if you guys want to see more types of videos like this, make sure to give this video a like and comment down below what kind of videos you want to see, and I will try my best to incorporate those into my little weekly schedule of posting videos. So anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys all in my next video very soon. Bye!